Good morning. Here's another design video. I have stayed in this Airbnb previously, probably about a year ago or so, and I was pretty happy with the experience. The price was right. It was probably half the price of what I paid this time because it was a slower season. But what I wanted to point out here about the design elements, one, this is not to tear somebody down. This is to share what I observe and for other people to either learn from it if you're learning about design or if you're thinking about having a rental or an Airbnb. These are things to think about, because sometimes we just jump into something, which is fine too. Sometimes when we jump into something, it can be really exciting and the results are fascinating. They're wonderful. Okay. That's happened to me before. But I really wanted to share the elements that I find here that are very positive, and then some of the other things that that we want to think about or reconsider when we develop a space for either ourselves or to share for other people. One of the things that I absolutely love about this place is their bedspreads. Absolutely love their bedspreads. They're a heavy material. Okay, these resemble bedspreads from the 1950s, 1960s, which I absolutely love. And the colors are really beautiful, okay? So I really love that. Those are headboards from a real bed, real heavy, probably a brass bed that they painted, okay? And they're attached to the wall instead of actual beds. They're probably wood bases. I'm not going to go in there and take a look at that. So those are some of the elements that I appreciate. The resourcefulness that they use. The bedspreads, the colors are really nice. I like that grayish blue also, which is really pretty. Okay, and I love this chandelier. This is probably one of the original chandeliers. This I have something like this back home. In fact, it's great that I get to look at this because now I know what kind of glass elements this chandelier had because I basically have the same thing. So this is probably from the 1910 era, 1910, uh, late 20s or into the 20s or so. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of that. I love that. However, it is cracked, it is broken, and you know, either you can refurbish these things or change some of the elements. Just kind of like take care of these things a little bit more. All right, I'm not going to go too much into the different paints and stuff like that. These old buildings are really hard to maintain. There's moisture issues. This building here is, like I said, is probably, well, maybe I didn't say. It's probably from 1890 to 1910 is my guess or so. Late 1880s to 1910-ish, the teens. Okay, I love that they added a kitchen here. Okay, for this space. This is an Airbnb, so this is a place to make money. Okay, that's the main focus of this space, is to earn money, generate income. Okay, so I love that they put in this space for the guests. Now, when I was here the last time, I used this space and I was very, very happy. But at the same time, I said to myself, you know what? They did it really quick. They did it to save money, and they mixed a lot of elements. Okay, so the layout is not terrible. It's not terrible. It's functional. I love this cabinet, but it just doesn't go. It just doesn't go. And so as I think because this is my second time and I'm spending, I'm in a different mood. I'm a different time in my life. I'm noticing these things. Okay. This is a little microwave, okay? I love this little microwave, okay? But once again, it just doesn't fit in the decor. So I think what I would do is I'd probably hide the microwave somehow in some kind of little cabinet, or maybe like recess it into that cabinet there or something like that. I'm not a big fan of televisions out in the open like that, especially in a space that's supposed to be, or in a space that is old, vintage, retro. Okay, this is an antique home. Um, let's talk about the floors here for a moment. I absolutely love these floors. I was looking at them this morning, a little bit better. They creak, that's fine. I was noticing the type of wood by the grain, and I'm thinking it's some kind of coniferous tree. So, a coniferous tree is like a cedar, a pine, a spruce, something like that. They're not oak, they're not maple, they're definitely not bamboo because bamboo is a new element. at least that we use here in the Western Hemisphere. Um, I love the furniture, the old furniture pieces, but once again, it's just a mix of elements. Like this chair, these chairs, they just don't go. They just don't go here. I would probably do a lower table with two little wooden stools that probably match the handcrafted uh, cabinets up there, or wooden stools that might resemble the color of this beautiful framed mirror, which is probably also an antique, probably from the no, the mirror does not go to that cabinet. These are two different cabinets. This one is probably from the early 1900s, and this one is probably from the 1960s. The artwork is nice, but it's not the right size. Look at the height of these ceilings, okay? And very small. The colors are nice. They pop. They're nice, and it would actually probably work if it was one more piece of artwork, or the what is this called here? This hold on a second. Let me think of my word. This vignette is off balance. It needs to go up somehow, like that, because of the height of the ceilings. Okay. This piece of artwork here looks depressing. One, you really, from a distance, you really have no clue what it is. I think it's a bridge. Yeah, it is a bridge from looking at it now. But look at the height of the ceilings. It's lost. It's like somebody just threw it across the room and landed on the wall by accident. Same with this one. Okay, the size is totally wrong for this space. And this attempt of modern art or retro art just doesn't work either. The colors are cool. I do like it. I think actually what would have been better if they would have done the whole corner like that, and flowed down into the lost corner there. There's a lot of elements here that people throw in. I think what happens is they watch a show, they see something on HGTV, or they see something on, videos like this, and they say, oh, I love that, I'd like that, okay? But this right here, this is the way I would have gone with this space, okay? This is a major focal point. One, it's the entry for the room, so you're looking at it from outside. These windows here are for ventilation, okay? They have them covered up. That's why these ceilings are so high, because originally heat, people didn't have heaters, and they didn't have air conditioners in these spaces, okay? But heat would flow through the spaces, through the high windows like that. That's why they didn't have air conditioning, and it kept the room cool. These are now not functioning because they're not opening. They don't open. And so you've lost your natural air conditioning in this space, which is a really huge loss, okay? But yeah, so I would have maintained attempted to maintain the old look. Now, of course, even in my house, I have a 1920s little home. I call it a bungalow, but it's not an actual bungalow. I painted the wood, but that's because I was going for a more contemporary look, and I tried to maintain that contemporary look throughout the whole house, so it didn't immediately crash. Even though somebody might walk into my house and say, hey, look, those colors are ugly. Hey, that's fine too. We don't have to agree on colors, but there are some other basic things that really pop out that really don't work, okay? For example, there's just too many little tchotchke things that are just tossed in here. Once again, you see something on a show or a video, and you're like, oh, I like that. Yes, it looks fine in that space, in that moment, at that time, in that room, and in that environment, but it doesn't work in this space here. Now, these are elements that are very traditional Mexican, the sunflowers, okay? And that's not bad. But I would get rid of these glass items here. It's just too much, okay? Just too much. Love this door. Okay, now I gotta be careful with the mirrors here, okay? Love these dark, original, big wooden doors. Really beautiful. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't like dark colors. And I kind of agree. I don't mind dark colors to make places look cozy or more compact or warm. But in this space here, the colors, the dark colors are on the wrong side. Okay, so this is the entry, and this light is coming in from this window here, from the, it's like a courtyard outside. The original structure of this building, there would have been a court, there is a courtyard outside, but now it has like a cover on top. So a lot of natural light doesn't come in here, okay? I would have rebalanced these rooms by putting that dark wall over here. In fact, I would only have used two colors. I would have used the white and this color and totally gotten rid of this color, or just totally use that one for an accent color, like maybe the frames of the wood, or the matted frames of the wood in that color, okay? So light would come in from, originally would come in this way, and that dark color should be over there, and this one should be over there, okay? But, well, it's unbalanced. The wood is the darkness. The wood is beautiful. Like I said, I absolutely love it. So go with lighter colors, because this is the floor is already correcting, or is the darkness. And I don't mind painted ceilings. I don't believe that a ceiling needs to be white. In fact, I could have probably done this color here all the way across here, like that, all the way, like that. And that would have really just made the room a little bit less busy, because look how it is right now. Let's go around the ceiling. See, three colors right there. Three colors right there. Three colors right there. And this one doesn't have the three colors. It's weird. You know, when you're laying in bed, that's what you're looking at. So that's another good point. Don't just imagine yourself walking around in this space. But we spend a lot of time in our bedroom looking up. So focus on what's on the ceiling. So I would have balanced the ceiling with the floor. Probably chosen that color and the white, period, two colors. Let's go into the bathroom. Now I'm happy that I have my own private bathroom in this space, but this is a designer's nightmare in many ways, okay? The first thing I'm going to talk about is this contemporary element, probably purchased from something somebody saw in a Miami or Dallas, Texas, San Francisco apartment. You know, they were looking at something and they saw this in an apartment, or in Mexico City. Okay, Mexico City, very contemporary city. But this does not go. This does not go with any of that. And not only that, but it's a pain in the ass to clean. It's a pain in the ass to clean. That's probably one of the main things, that I would never do anything like this, because it's such a pain in the ass to clean. You're brushing your teeth every day, 2-3 times a day. You wash your hands, and you're gonna look at all this soap scum all the time, every day, unless you clean yours after every single movement in here, you know? Okay, I haven't snagged my leg on this yet, but it's gonna happen. All right, glass shelf up against this whole thing right here. Look at all these, shit. Look at all these elements here. This beautiful door, just the way it is. It doesn't need to be refurbished or shellacked or stained or anything like that. Just the aged wood is beautiful. Okay, but then this glass mess right here. They cut into the frame to put that glass thing there. How stupid. Well, let's not say it's stupid, because we've all done stuff that other people would look at it and say, what the hell were they thinking, okay? But there are some things that just you shouldn't do, okay? This would have been nicer. A nice handcrafted wooden shelf with a bowl that's recessed in the wood. People say, oh no, you shouldn't have water around wood. Oh, trust me, folks, water and wood are perfectly fine, okay? Unless you have like no hygiene, no cleaning skills whatsoever, you're a complete disaster, and you bathe like a chicken or you wash up like a chicken where you're tossing water all over the place, okay? I would put a shower curtain here. I'd put a shower curtain here. I'd probably put the rod all the way from here all the way across and just have the shower curtain here, just so that the water wouldn't come out. Now, I'm very neat when I shower. In fact, I showered last night. You will not see any water of where I showered when I shower, because I try to be very neat. I just know that cleaning is time, and it's just easier to shower neatly and not make a mess. Now, this is a pretty interesting shower, but once again, somebody saw something at somebody else's home and said, "Oh, that's really cool, and sure, let's do that in this bathroom." And they did this. It's cool. It's funky. This I would probably do like an outside shower, because this is a pain in the ass to clean. This is just a place for soap scum to accumulate. You know. I appreciate having a shower here. The toilet. You can barely fit in this thing. Okay. You can barely fit. Once again, I'm happy to have a shower. Somebody saw this somewhere and said, "Oh, wow, that's really cool." In fact, this is probably handmade, or it might even be really old, actually, or made to look old. This is real iron. Like, this is really, that might be rebar. Yeah, that might be newer construction. But it's just a place to get snagged and, hook yourself. You're all nice and dressed to go out somewhere, and the next thing you know, you just ripped your dress. Okay. I like my toilets down. I don't know why I left that up. I was in a hurry, I guess. I generally don't leave my toilet seat up. Okay, here's another little thing. The modern fixtures. The modern fixtures. Now, what is this all about here? They maybe thought of putting a mirror up there, gluing a mirror up there. That would have been nice. Have a mirror when you're brushing your teeth or, putting on your makeup. Anyways, folks, that's pretty much it. Design elements that are mixed and matched that sometimes don't work, or sometimes what happens is we accumulate too much stuff. So what I would do here is I would just empty this whole space out. Everything. I would just gut it. I'm not talking about gutting the walls or anything. I'm talking about removing the elements, all the fixtures and everything. I'd probably start with this sink. Completely get rid of this sink. Probably remove that wall right there. Open that space up. Yes, that's what I would do. Okay, here we go. This is the way my brain thinks. One, I clean apartments, okay? And so I need to be able to clean an apartment fast and efficiently and make sure that everything is ready for the next guest in about an hour and a half sometimes, okay? So this is about the size of the apartments that I clean. This would not work for me. This is a lot of little nooks and crannies, and getting back behind that toilet in there is gonna, really give my sciatica something to laugh about, okay? Look at these lamps from the 1960s. They don't belong in here. Come on, people, what is this? Okay, and this one, what the hell? Okay, hey, appreciate the light. That right there would be what I work with right there. That element right there. Because that is what's supposed to be there. Okay, let's go back to this bathroom. All right, quick. Let's tear this wall out. Have a rebar or a conduit steel pipe wrap around a shower curtain. Opens that space up completely. One, you can wash the shower curtain, easy to clean. You can get 2 to 3 people in that shower if you wanted to now to clean if necessary, okay? Get rid of these lights. Change those out. Just change the fixtures, that's it. Change that fixture out, okay? Get this thing out of here. Get this thing out of here. Probably open up the door. Have that available to open and close, okay? Get in and out. Let's see, where would we put the... Don't really want to move the toilet fixtures. Probably just put a smaller rectangular sink in a little bit. Probably come out to about here or so. So that's going to open up this walkway area here, okay? Get the mirror back on. Get rid of this. Get the mirror back on there. Change that light fixture. There we go. Bathroom's done. Problem solved. 2, keep the floors as they are. I don't need to have them refinished. Do I need to have them rebuffed? I love them just the way they are. But if you want to have them refinished, go right ahead. I think it would be really beautiful to have them refinished with the darkness, but then repaint this all a nice lighter, brighter, happy color. Nothing too crazy, nothing too extreme. Maybe something that works in these tones here. Something that works in these tones here. You know, this color is fine. Maybe just a little bit lighter, and then I'd like I said, I'd paint the ceiling. I'd go with this color all the way across, down the wall. It would be probably this wall here too. No, actually, I'd probably go. Yeah, that's what I'd do. That color would be on that wall, the ceiling, that wall, the whole thing, and this wall would be a lighter color, just a lighter shade or white, or close to white, like a bone element. Something maybe like this color here, like a champagne color. Accent this wood. The wood would pop out more. I'd just change I'd put that window back in there, or try to get something that's similar, or just put, another, piece of glass in there, even if it's opaque, so that people can't look in, because there are stairs from the other side. These are stapled shut here. Let's see if we can take a peek. There's a courtyard outside, and there are stairs that go up. You can't really see them here. But we're on the second level, so this courtyard is on the second level, okay? You can see where they covered the open courtyard up on top there with like some plastic material so that water wouldn't come in. It's a really interesting space, very interesting space. I'd probably have the contractors come in here and remove this whole thing. I would go with a bigger sink. Always, folks, always go with a bigger sink. Always go with a bigger sink and at least 24 inches, 2 feet of working counter space, okay? So that you can put a cutting board, you can cut your vegetables, you can wash your dishes and set them, a few dishes. You're not preparing Thanksgiving dinner every day. Few dishes that you can dry. All you need is 24 inches, okay? This is what you need right here. This space right here for a cutting board and to dry some dishes. That's it. But this works. So I would keep this. I'd keep some kind of cooking element like that. I would have the coffee machine put away. I would never leave it out. The reason is that people that don't use these coffee machines or these elements, when you cook or when you're doing things, one, they're in the way, or two, they get splattered with grease, especially like a kettle. Never leave a kettle out, or never leave anything out on a stove that you think people are going to use, because if they don't use it, all they're doing is dirtying or damaging those items, okay? Grease gets everywhere, and people do not clean up after themselves. Love the little mini fridge element. Always believe that a small refrigerator, even the ones that are a little bit higher, like about up to here, are all folks need. And if you feel folks, if you have folks that say, hey, no, I need a bigger refrigerator, that's fine. If you can fit it in your space comfortably, do it. But if you don't have that clientele, if you have the clientele that order food, 90% of the time, then don't worry about that one person says, oh, I need a bigger refrigerator, because that one person isn't going to justify you spending an additional few $100s on a larger refrigerator, okay? So really do your math, know your clients, know what I'm talking about Airbnbs. Know your clients and know what you're going to do with that space. These people here, they make money, okay? There's no doubt about it. These places are probably booked pretty regular. I'm right in the heart of the historic downtown area. So whatever I say about changing this and that isn't going to affect their income at all. Or actually it could. It could if they listened and they just said, hey, you know what? Remove a lot of the stuff that doesn't need to be in here. Get rid of that, okay? Remove all the artwork. Repaint. Yeah, you know what? Maybe they could get a little, twice. Yeah, you know what, folks? I made a mistake. You can get twice the amount of money for this space just by doing I would say, with investing probably about $1,000. About $1,000, maybe $1,500, you could probably maybe even triple what you get here per night. Yeah, I was wrong. What do you think, folks? What do you think? That glass broke, and they put another piece of that looks like plastic. Let's see. Nope, real piece of glass. You know what? In Mexico, it's really cheap. Well, not cheap. No, glass is expensive, but to get it cut is inexpensive. I know that in my town in Rockford, Illinois, if I were to get a piece of glass like that cut at my local hardware store, Nicholson's hardware store, which is my favorite, I think I might pay For the glass to get cut and for that thickness, like a 1/4 inch or something like that, oh, I would probably pay about, I'd say, $8 to $10 for the piece of glass. Maybe, yeah, but maybe about 10, maybe 10 to 12 with inflation now. That's not a very expensive thing. And you can do some kind of design thing on it, or you can paint it, or you get some kind of film and you put it right over it and make it look like stained glass. It looks really, really beautiful without it, without, busting your budget. Okay. Share your comments, folks. I want to hear them.